Hello my Scorpio friends and welcome to your Lenormand card reading for the month of August. Here as your first card we see the whip. The whip is not an easy card, it's actually the most harsh card of the deck. But we will see how this continues in the card reading here. Anyway, the whip indicates here maybe momentarily you have some challenges at hand. If there are certain questions, the questions not necessarily are positively answered, but it doesn't mean that the whole reading will be negative because there are some nice cards here. If it's possible also there was some quarrel with a certain person here, or there were certain conflicts in the future, in the past here with this combination here. It the whip also tells us here, because you have the moon next to it, the moon softens all the cards. So it means here we need to be act a little bit composed here. We need to control ourselves here. We need to see that we don't cause problems. Sometimes these problems are caused by circumstances. Maybe it's a collective problems and you're part of it, but you need to keep your distance here with these cards, so you don't get in more problems here. If it's for ourselves and it's related to our work, it can also mean that we crack the whip, we work hard here. This is what we are seeing here. If certain things in our life, the whip tells us to use a more aggressive approach in the things here with this combination of cards. In the central card here we have the clouds. The clouds makes everything a little bit literally cloudy. We cannot see the things here. Sometimes it tells us we need to focus so we can see through the confusion here. These two cards are actually a little bit conflicting. So we need to see that we take our time here with these cards here. We need to be careful. As I said here, this can cause problems, and the cards, the clouds tell us also the same. We need to be wise here. We cannot add gasoline to the fire. We need to be wise here, and if you're wise here, the clovers is the most positive cards of the deck. It's in the last line, so this will be positive. So you need to be smart. Scorpio is a very wise sign, so you need to use your wisdom here. So you need to act strategically. Maybe somebody pulls you in a problem, so you need to be wise here with these cards here. Then we go in the horizontal line. We have the whip and the moon here. It's possible also that somebody is trying to bring you in a bad position here with these cards here. Here, as I said, the moon is able to restore that here. So if there was an issue with the moon, you will be able to solve the problem, especially with the lily, because the lily is a card of wisdom. So you will be able to, if you play it smart, you will be able to solve the problem here. There is like a restoring of harmony here with these cards. It's possible also that these are not personal problems, but it's actually a work-related problem. There could be a problem on your work. Maybe somebody is trying to hurt you. It annoys you, this problem here, and it also sometimes it points to the end of a cycle. Maybe there were some difficulties before, and you want to make an end of it, and you have become wise because of these problems here. This is what we are seeing here. It could mean also that we are hiding certain things. Sometimes Scorpio, they tend also not to be too open. It's a sign of closure. I don't mean this in a negative way. Every sign has his positive, negatives, but it's possible also that you hide certain things here. You don't share here. If you hurt somebody or somebody hurt with words, you will be able to solve this here. So it's possible also that these conflicts, it takes some energy of you. It drains you here. on the work front, it's possible also, or on your social circle, it's possible you put a lot of energy in your social circle here. If you have your own business, it's possible you put a lot of energy in your own business. For instance, if you have your own, I'm just saying, like if you're a farmer or you are working on the land here, you put a lot of energy, or you put a lot of energy in your garden here with this combination of cards. Sometimes also the dreams that we have are very, very vivid. Like the dreams are like are making us a little bit restless here with these cards here. The dreams that we are having for the moment could be very intense here with this combination of cards here. This is what we are seeing here also. It's possible also, if we do workout, that we do workouts in the evening or late at night, that you work out for getting like if you feel angry, maybe you start to work out like that for getting this energy out of your body. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also it points to a certain sadness that we are having here with these cards here. We also can do some reflecting. We think about what happened here, and it could influence our emotions, because the moon is like it can change. So like our emotions are rapidly changing here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also it points that if you are a woman here, that there's some pains in your body. This is what we are seeing here also. Not necessarily by punishment, but there's some pains in the body here. Maybe pains related to the female side of yourself. This is what we are seeing here. Also, we could have a lot of psychic abilities here. It's like we are feeling others more than ourselves. So here, this is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that you feel some toxicity around us. This is what we are seeing here also. If you're a woman, you could feel some things here around you here. You could not feel happy with certain men around you. It could annoy you. This is what we are seeing here also. We have some stress here. In certain cases also we could receive some threats, that people are threatening us, but you need to be wise here with this combination here. It's possible also that you know dark secrets about people who are placed above you. So this is what, but it's not necessarily you bring them out. Maybe it's not the right time with the clouds here to bring these things out here now. Also, we could experience some emotional wounds here. Emotionally we have a difficult time here. We could retreat a little bit. Then we have the moon and the lily. As I said here, the moon softens everything up here. After these difficulties here, there will be some recognition here. There will be some improvements here. In the beginning it could be difficult, but then it transits. It becomes more easy here. In some parts of our life there will be some fulfillment here, physical fulfillment. Maybe you feel fulfilled if you work out. Maybe it's some other form of fulfillment here that we are having here. It's also possible that you have a lot of daydreams, that you are daydreaming here. We become further in the month, then we become more emotionally balanced. If there is some lover in your life, it's possible that the lover is older, because the lily is a wise card but also an older card. So it's possible that your lover is older than you, or like that here. There are wise feelings, mature emotions here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, that it's possible that your senses are very that you are very strong, like for sense, and like you smell things easy, like you are very sensitive for your body, like that here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that other people are able to relax you. maybe you go for a massage and it relaxes you. This is what we are seeing here. In some cases it could mean that the partners are actually 60 plus. This is what we are seeing here. There will be deep emotions here. Sometimes also we could be a little bit restless, and at some points, due to the moon, his changing abilities, it sometimes you feel like this, and then another moment you feel like that. Sometimes also the moon can make us a little bit lazy here with this combination of cards here. But you need to, sometimes also you have the feeling that deep down in yourself, you know that you're positive, that you're a good person. You need to remember this, whatever happens to you here. Then we have the stork and the clouds here. As I said here in the beginning, this relates to the beginning of the month, the misunderstandings here. It could cause tension, I already told you, and some things, because of these tensions, there could be a change of direction. Also your thoughts could change. You have a change of thoughts here. This is what we are seeing here. There will be some confusion. Then we have the clouds and the cross here. It's possible also there is deep thinking. This is what we are seeing here. It goes really deep here. Some memories out of the past could come back here to you, like you think about things that happened in the past, and you want to work this all out for once and for all. Like if there some issues happened in the past, whatever, on the work or in your relatives, it's possible that you think to yourself, I need to work this out for once and for all. This is what we are seeing here. You might not feel at ease for the moment here. There could be sometimes, at some moments also, you could feel some sadness here. Be careful also on the financial side. Be careful with your money. Maybe it's not the right time also to do some lending or something. It's best maybe that you wait until next month here. Maybe if you had problems in the future, these problems were related to betrayal, and this betrayal can really cause a crisis now. So you have some deep thinking here with this here, and this, it causes you stress and it influences your mood. This is what we are seeing here. With some people it could even have an influence on their breathing. Like sometimes you can feel, it's like you think, it's like I have no air. This is what we are seeing here. But also it points to smartness here. It could point to that you have wisdom here. Like here, like this, we could be smart here. And sometimes if we are related to certain religions, it's possible also that you see the things in a different way. Like you don't really, maybe you say yes, but in your mind it's something else. You think there's something going on here. You go along with the flow, but actually it's not what you're thinking. This is what we are seeing here. If you're waiting on an answer regarding some things regarding to the law, it's possible it takes some time before you get the answer. It's possible also if you eat certain things that you keep a very strict food regime. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. You could feel also that you are punished. You could feel like there is punishment above you here. This is what we are seeing here. If you have a boss, it's possible that you have the feeling that this boss, he makes his staff suffer on purpose. It could not be only your feeling, it could be a general tendency in the place where you work. So people could have this feeling there in the place where you work here. It's possible also that there is sometimes that there is like that it's unclear for you due to certain situations what is good and bad, and you need to think about this here. You need to think about the moral values here. It's possible also that you are unable to free yourself from certain situations here. If there are certain partnerships, this could also be under you could have some difficulties also with the partnership here, and also some there's some thinking about that. Maybe there needs to come some problems that need to be solved here related to the partnership here. Then we have the third horizontal line. We have the key, the anchor, and the clovers. The key and the anchor here is, it points that we rely on ourselves here. There is success, even though it's difficult. There will be some success here. It's possible that your way of thinking in your life is not that like the people who surround you. Our thinking is more free, and even if other people tell you, maybe due to your religion, maybe due to your work, your thinking is different at the moment. You will not think in the way you are told to. You think you have your own thoughts here. But there's here a possibility to opening up here, to move forward in here. It's possible, even though it's difficult, that you have the feeling that your job, even if it's difficult in the job, it becomes more steady. Maybe there's some permanency in the job here. This is what we are seeing here. If you are planning to move, it's possible also that there are some that you are thinking about moving, and you say yes here to this moving here. This is what we are saying. There also will be moments that you will be taking breaks. Maybe your job is related here to the iron or the steel industry, like that here. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the anchor and the clovers. The anchor and the clovers here. Also, actually, even though the situation is threatened, there is a protection above you here. This is what we are seeing here. There is good fortune at hand, because this is the best card of the deck. So even though it's difficult, there could be a protection above you here. And even though it's difficult in your job, at certain moments there will still be some joy. Or maybe the job is related to something else, and it's lucrative for you. This is what we are seeing here. Even though it's difficult, for you it can still be lucrative. Maybe it's connected to something else and it brings lucrativity. Maybe that's the why you endure this, because there's something else connected to. But also at this time you will be looking out for new opportunities. And these opportunities could actually come now with the clovers. Then we go in the vertical lines. We have the whip and the stork. The whip and the stork here, again we come here what we said before. If there is a new start, the new start will not be easy, but it's possible it comes here. There's a long process here going on here. If you are confronted with some court case, it could take a very long time here for this court case, for actually going into court, or the case could be very long. It could go over a very long time period. It's not something that would resolve itself in 1 month. It will take longer here. Also, you could feel some guilt here. This is what we are seeing here. If you're going through a divorce here, the divorce might not be easy. It will take a long time here. You will move on here. Maybe you had some bad experience. Maybe somebody has done something bad to you, and you move on. You want to move on. You think, I need to move on of this here. I need to move on from this conflict. Maybe it was inevitable. Maybe it was a cycle here that maybe you were confronted with very difficult things here, and it's time to move on here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that if you talk to somebody or you have a conversation with somebody with the key, due to this conversation, you suddenly have clarity. You see a solution because the key opens the doors. So you have a conversation with somebody and and you think, and the words are in your mouth and the solution is there. This is what we are seeing here also with the key. Then we have the stork and the key. As I said here, the problem will be resolved. You will also, if something was hidden, a clue will be offered to you for solving your problem here. But there will be changes here. You will become more stable here, and also maybe the change is the key to the moving forward. This is what we are seeing here. The doors will go open. There will be significant changes here. If you are a woman and there was a difficulty here for getting pregnant, maybe this is also now under the issue. Maybe you find a solution for this. This is what we are seeing here also. It's possible you talk to a nurse or a midwife or to a doctor, and these problems come here. You find the problem here with this combination of cards. It's possible also that if you are a single person, there is an attraction to a certain person. It's possible that you are that you have deep feelings for this woman. It's possible also that you are considering a migration. This is what we are seeing here. It might not be immediately, but it might be in your mind for migrating on the long run here. In some at some points also, it's possible we retreat. We need to think here. This is what we are seeing. We retreat ourselves in the bedroom. We stay alone here. This is what we are saying here. Or we are forced to be alone. We have no choice. But it's not necessarily negative, this being alone. This is what we are seeing here. The key also, it gives us new opportunities. It opens literally the doors here. Also, there could be some spiritual revelations here. In certain areas, you will literally cross the threshold. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible here that your eyes literally go open. There could also be a confrontation with something related to taxes. That there is something there related to the taxes here. It's possible you have a tax return here, or there's some conversations with related to taxes here. If you have some conversations about related to tax, you will be very innovative, and there will come a solution here. You will find a solution. This is what we are seeing here. If you are planning to have a day of traveling, for a day off, this also will bring open up something. It will give you other perspectives. This is what we see here also with this combination here of cards. Sometimes also, if you're a woman, here it relates to spore elements. So there are in most vitamins there are no spore elements. Sometimes also this is an indication for us we need to take more spore elements. Spore elements are found in mushrooms and not in so many vegetables, but you can find spore elements in mushrooms. So here also this indicates also if it's important that you take some spore elements for your health. You will get more security here also. Then we have the moon and the clouds. We saw already here. Here we see also we go inside ourselves here. We think, we withdraw. This is what we are seeing here. We go deep inside ourselves. We need to go inside also for understanding ourselves better. This is what we are seeing here. Also sometimes this tells us that we need to find the right support. It could be a physical support, but also a mental support. We also saw the physical side here with the vitamins and the spore elements, but also it's possible that we are planning to find some support if we don't feel so well mentally here. This is what we are seeing here. It will give you better insights here, self-understanding here. You will be able to adjust your perspective here if there were some things unclear or there was a veil. If you talk to a certain person, it's possible that the veil is lifted. You see things in a different way. Maybe you are confused about your feelings here. There is an emotional unbalance here. There could be a fog here with the clouds. There could be a fog, and if you talk to somebody, it could open your mind here in a different way. Then we have the clouds and the anchor here. There is resolve. Also, you will be very serious here at this moment. There is a concentration. There is a deep concentration. Scorpio can be very determined if they want something, so there will be a determination here. Maybe you want to really get rid of these problems or these issues, and you will focus on that here. Even if the problem is complex, there will be clarity after, because you will focus on the problem here. Here it's possible that you want more foothold, you want to become more stable in life here, and you want to get out of this confusion. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also it could mean that we are stuck in routines. So, and we will endure this. We will endure this because we want to move on here. With this combination of cards, then we come in the third line. We have the lily and the cross. The lily and the cross here, these are the big questions of life. Here we are confronted with these questions, or we ask these questions ourselves. It's possible in some areas of our work that we are really an expert in even though our job is dull. If we are in dull job, you are really the person to go to, because you're the expert in your job or in what you're doing. There's a kind of expertise over you. Also, it will give us courage here. This is what we are seeing here. Even if the job is not easy, you will find the courage. Maybe it's destined to be. With the cross, it's often a question of destiny. It's like there's no other choice, so we'll need to endure it, and it will be better after here with this combination of cards here. At some moments here, it also could be that we are, because it's not an easy period, we could be a little bit overindulging here. This is what we are seeing here in some parts of our life here related to the life task here. It might not be easy because you have some hardships here, but it will be better, I tell you, by the end of the month, because you have the clovers here. You will also, if there is suffering, there will be a certain dignity around you. If you suffer, you will have a dignity above you. You will carry this with dignity. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also, even though it's hard for you, that you render some services for other people without any charge. Like there's a selfless, altruistic service here. And it gives you a peace, because you help others, you get peace yourself here. Then we have the cross and the clovers here. Here it's asked from us to take a leap of faith. There is providence here. You could feel also like you are guided and you are protected. Even there is many problems here, these problems will end. There is good fortune here for you. There is good fortune coming here. The problems that you have, it will resolve itself here. Sometimes also it's possible that we feel that there are games played with us, but you will tolerate it. You will tolerate it here. And also when you feel it's getting better, you will test how lucky you are. This is what we are seeing here also. And here, this, as I said here, this is the break here from the hardship that you have been experiencing. Here there will be also towards others. If you were strict towards others, you will catch yourself that you are more lenient to other people. This will be a consequences maybe of problems you experienced in the past, that you are more lenient to other people. So Scorpio, this is your card reading for the month of August. At the end, it all becomes here very positive. So thank you for watching, and see you next month. all the best. Thank you.